All right, Chelsea. Ooh, I'm looking at this card tonight. I like it. Let's hear some winners.
Yeah, best bet for me is going to be on the running back for the Cincinnati Bengals, going with Joe Mixon over his rushing prop of 67.5 yards for minus 115 over at BetMGM. Joe Mixon has been a little bit underwhelming this season, but he finally gets a great matchup here against a very mediocre run defense that is the Cleveland Browns. They have given up the eighth most yards per game when it comes to opposing running backs, and also when it comes to yards per carry. Last game, opposing running backs were averaging 4.7 yards per carry. And also, we've had some running backs have huge games against this Browns defense. Austin Eckler had 173 yards on the ground on just 16 carries. And the Gus Bus got this number. Gus Edwards got this number with the Ravens, I believe, going for, I guess it was 66. So he was close. Ramondre Stevenson got this number as well. So I will go Joe Mixon over his rushing prop. And plus the fact that they're not going to have Jamar Chase in this one. I think they lean a little bit more heavily on the run game. And also the fact that it might be the Browns that are playing from behind instead of the Bengals. Bengals might be trying to hold on to a lead. So I'll go Joe Mixon over his rush prop, 67.5 yards, minus 115 in BetMGM.
All right. You know what? You're doing football. I will do football. And then I think we're going to have a squad play in baseball. But I am also betting tonight's game of player prop, and I'm going over 83.5 rushing yards for Nick Chubb, the running back for the Browns. He has hit this number in every single game this season except for one. Pretty incredible. And that one time he did not hit it against the Patriots, that was 2 weeks ago. He only had 12 carries in that game. Kareem Hunt on the trading block for the Browns. They need him healthy, which means even more carries and more yards for Chubb. I don't think you put Kareem Hunt in a situation where he can get hurt when you're trying to keep him healthy and you want to keep his trade value high. Also, the Bengals' run defense is pretty mediocre. Also, defensive lineman DJ Reader is out for Cincinnati as well. I'm tan. I lost a lot of games this weekend, and I'm due. Give me over 83.5 rushing yards for Nick Chubb. That is minus 115 at BetMGM.
Yeah, I like that one too, just because it's been squarely on the shoulders of Nick Chubb to carry this offense because, it's not really Jacoby Brissett's team. All right, so it's time to go to the third member of our best bets staff and go to the Magic 8 Ball.
Holy crap. Magic 8 Ball.
That's right. It's Halloween, so it's time for a little sorcery. All right, Magic 8 Ball. Do we like my play? Joe Mixon over his rush prop, 67.5 yards. 8 Ball says, it is decidedly so.
Why am I so over the 8 Ball? I don't know what it is, even when it supports you. Well, you know what? Good for you, Chelsea. We'll see if this guy actually comes home for me. Just wait for it.
All right. It is his holiday. Like, wouldn't you think this would be his favorite holiday? Halloween?
You would
Seems
think.
like it. All right. Do we like Nick Chubb over his rushing prop? What is it? 83.5? Do we like it? 8 Ball says, can I get an answer? As I see it, yes.
Oh, well, pardon, 8 Ball. This is your time of year. No wonder you're supportive of everything. And if you want to watch Chelsea shake up the 8 Ball, in fact, you got to check it out right now. When do you get to see Chelsea with the 8 Ball with Devil's horns on? This is a rare occasion. It's one time and one time a year only. So check it out right now. Just go to twitch.tv/BetQL, twitch.tv/BetQL. Get a good look at the 8 Ball and Satan. Where else you going, Chelsea?
All right, going to the World Series. I am going to bank on the Astros and their bats to continue rolling. Astros team total over 3.5. Pretty juicy at minus 150, but they've hit this in 5 of their last 6 postseason games. The Astros bats are rolling. Jose Altuve has finally found his stride, and now they get to go against a pitcher who is not an ace. Because in the first 2 games of the series, the Astros went toe-to-toe with 2 of the best pitchers in baseball in Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola and scored 9 earned runs off both of those guys combined. So I think if they can scratch across runs off that top line of pitching, they can scratch across some runs against Noah Syndergaard, who is a guy that's lost some velocity off his fastball. He is not the put-away pitcher, the strikeout pitcher that he used to be. So I think the Astros can get some runs off him. And I think they can get some runs against this Phillies bullpen, who they've already seen most of the arms in the Philly bullpen rotation, I guess you would say. So I think once they see him for the second time, second time around, I think they can score even more runs. So I'll go Astros team total over 3.5 tonight in the World Series.
Chelsa, love that juice to -150, but I think it's a fair price to pay. I like the Astros in this spot, like you said, with Syndergaard. Just not quite the pitcher he used to be during his prime. Still an effective pitcher, but I think the Astros can get to him, particularly Jose Altuve, who has really come alive in the first 2 games of this World Series. All right, let's check out your BetQL 5-star best bet. For insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets, you can download the BetQL app. Let me get the Donkster. This guy. Am I going to have to brag about you, Donkster? I'll tell you what. You beat my butt last week. I was terrible. I went 1-4 over the weekend. The Donkster went 4-1 on his NBA bets. Didn't bet the NBA on Friday, but still had a winning week. 5-4, better than anyone. So I'll give credit where credit is due. Donkster, the microphone is yours. How did you pull this off?
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
What? He says, Dad, I had the best record on the show last week. Do I get my own show now? Are you and Chelsea going to be looking for unemployment benefits? Whoa, hey, Donkster. Cool your jets there, buddy. No, okay, you know what? You get your own show. Your show is cable access, 4:30 in the morning in Gaithersburg, Maryland, just a few miles from here. That's your show. Don't get cocky with me. What do you have for tonight? Oh, couple of bets. Tyler Boyd, over 62.5 receiving yards against the Browns, and Red Wings at Sabres, under 6.5. This is about as hot as the donkey gets, Chelsea. You going to roll with them or not?
I do like that Tyler Boyd one. In fact, that's probably going to be a leg in the parlay that I will eventually be placing on this game, because it's a primetime game. Like, am I not going to put a parlay on a primetime game? No, that's not a question. So it's going to be one of the legs in my same game parlay.
Well, since we're talking about Monday Night Football, I know you were on the fence about a Kareem Hunt bet. Are you going to do that or no? It's your call. We got time.
I don't think it's going to be an official play, even though I do think it is a solid play. Kareem Hunt under his rushing prop of 37.5, just because he hasn't had the carries, hasn't even sniffed this in the past 2 games. He is on the trading block. So now that it's not an official play, it's probably going to hit.
Yeah, that's probably the way it goes. I do like the play, though. I really think that they're going to hold him at bay. You got to keep him healthy, and they're just going to lean on Nick Chubb in a big way. Hey, Chelsea, you look like a devil. You look like you have horns. I'm scared.
Well, you are seeing correctly. I do have on horns. It is just a costume, though.
You remind me of a bull I met. His name was Tyler. I met Tyler the bull, and he tried to spear me and kill me. Anyway, good luck. Okay, well, that's a terrible story. Awful, Donkster. My God, you're going to end the show that way?